Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Traders Club. My name is Gerald. Right, so in the Traders Club session, we look at SGX, Singapore stocks, right? So which are the trading opportunities, or at least where are the trading levels, right, to watch out for. Right, so we have been doing this for many years now. So hopefully you'll pick up some of the strategies and able to apply, and most importantly, make some money despite this terrible period that we are going through right now. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the STI for now, right? For the start. Okay, so STI, as we look at last week, there was this gap, right? The gap support that was created in April. There was a gap up. So subsequently, it didn't go past this gap support. The closest we came to was last week, right, where we saw the steep sell down for about a couple of days before it bounces off the gap support. All right. So technically, the gap support has now been closed. So there's no more gap support. It's just this horizontal support. Yeah, so it's around 2478. Okay, so nevertheless, it is still a support, and that's where we see some bounce off. Okay, so there's a technical rebound in these past few days. But we did also highlight caution, right? This rebound as a technical bounce because it is now coming up to resistances, right, between the 20 and 50 MA. Okay, so it remains to be seen whether this 20 and 50 MA resistance will be broken. So we'll always look at it as a potential roadblock. Okay, so for those who are looking at buying STI ETF or trying to trade the SIMSKI futures, be mindful of this resistance. Okay. Now, so despite STI not doing so well in the past couple of months, right, after mid of June, right, it was basically going downhill. Now it's turning downtrend. Yeah, but there are several stocks that if you focus on them, you could still be profitable and in fact still making money as of today. Continue to make more today, in fact, yeah, because the trend continue. Okay, so as we always say, look out for uptrending stocks. Okay, so later I'll be highlighting some of the uptrending stocks that have pulled back finally. Okay, so those that have not pulled back have run up too far, for example, like Venture, right? Okay, so this stock, of course, the opportunity to enter would have been in May, or probably you can catch it in June, right? So there's uptrend 20 MA above 50 MA, and at the support of 20 and 50 MA support, and MACD showing 4 red 1 green. Now, so then of course there's another chance here in July, yeah. So but if you miss it, then of course we got to wait for the pullback again. But had you caught them previously, right, you will still be holding on to it, right, because the trend is still up. Yes, the support has not been broken. Okay, so this today. So today has gone higher. Same for AEM. Right, so AEM as well. Of course, several waiting for pullback. It didn't happen. The last pullback was here, right, in July. Okay, so all these stocks continue to trade higher. Sheng Siong. Okay, so these are the more recent ones that we were talking about. Okay, you could be in here, right, in towards the end of July. I mean, based on the signal, it's towards end of July, but you could have entered end of July. Okay, and it continues to trend higher. Okay, so this is Sheng Siong. Now, talking about Sheng Siong, right, there is an interesting stock that looks very much like Sheng Siong before this run up. Okay, so I'm going to highlight one stock that looks like Sheng Siong during this period. Let me just draw it. Right, during this period, before it starts to trend even further up. Yeah, so there's a stock that is behaving like that now. So I'll just go to it. Okay, it's Jumbo. All right, so you can see Jumbo, the similarity there. Oops. Yeah, so you can see this, it was down and it turns uptrend, 20 MA above 50 MA. So 20 MA for Sheng Siong above 50 MA. Now when it comes here, it starts to consolidate along the 20 MA, right? Same like what it's doing now. Okay, so this is an opportunity that you could look at. So, but for Sheng Siong at this point, right back then we were looking at the breakout, right? Remember, breakout of 156, 15 to 158, yeah? Breakout on high volume. So I think the same thing applies here for Jumbo. Okay, so because it has been consolidating here for 3 weeks already, right? Here for Sheng Siong, it was even longer, yeah, more than 6, 7, 8 weeks, yeah. So so we wait for the breakout for Jumbo, and if the breakout happens, most likely you'll continue like Sheng Siong, yeah. This is how the market usually behave. Uptrend, consolidate, then if it breaks, more likely continue to go further. Okay, so the breakout point for Jumbo is, now you see the high is 36 cents, right? So Jumbo is relatively lower in price compared to Sheng Siong, okay, but the price action is similar. Okay, so if you look at 36 cents, right? So you got to wait for the breakout of 36 cents. Now, but I need to highlight that Jumbo is in fact testing a gap resistance. Yeah, you see over here, there's a gap back then in the beginning of the year. Okay, so it's actually between 37 and 36 cents. So if the price were to go up to 36.5 cents, right, we may experience some selling here because of the gap resistance. So the thing about Jumbo is if you want to take the trade, we need to break out of 37 cents instead of just break out 36.5. Yeah, so we need to see at least 37.5 cents and on a high volume. Okay, so breakout, we want to see high volume. So how high is high? If we can see 1 million, 2 million shares, that'll be great, because on average, it's trading under 1 million shares per day. Okay, so very similar to Sheng Siong. Yeah, so I thought just to highlight this counter. Usually I don't talk about counters, any counters like this, yeah, but I was looking at the similarity. So look at the breakout, okay, high volume. Now, again, if, of course, you do not like breakout, like on this day, you see this sharp breakout, so some have taken the trade. So for those who do not like breakout, then the same thing, you wait for pullback. Yeah, so assume you see the breakout happen, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week. You see the breakout happens and you do not like to take breakout, what you can do is to wait for the pullback. So I think for Sheng Siong, we mentioned that many times as well. If you don't like the breakout, wait for the pullback, which is subsequently did. Of course, when the pullback came, the signals came, and this is where the entry was, and you're able to take the next leg up. All right, so for Jumbo, all right, if the breakout happen, one thing for sure is the 20 MA will start to slope up, 50 MA will also catch up. Yeah, and then if the price were to pull back down, that's where we can start to look for a trading opportunity on the pullback. All right, so that is something to look at for Jumbo. Well, the patience is a key, right? So it could hang around 36, right? It may not hit the 37.5 breakout immediately, right? So be patient and stock it, yeah? So just put in the watch list. Okay, so that's Jumbo. May or may not happen, yeah? But you can take a look. All right. Yeah, I think the previous session we talked about Yen Lot. Yeah, so Yen Lot basically has triggered the signal, and in fact, the entry price was hit as well. Okay, so just a quick recap, right? Okay, so for Yen Lot, the signal day was here. You see, uptrend, 20 MA above the 50 MA. Okay, then it was at the support of 20 MA, and there's this MACD green. So basically, the entry price, right, confirmation. So the high was 123. You'll be looking at 124 at least to take the trade. Okay, so subsequently, it didn't hit as quickly, but on this day, I believe it's last Tuesday, the entry price was triggered. So anybody who wished to take the trade could have taken the trade here. All right, of course, the next day it did gap up, and now it's just hanging above the entry price. So the trade is still on. So for those who are in, just a small profit, at least it shows the trend is trying to continue. So that's a good sign. If not, if it were to fall, in any case, any risk that you have, please, you will have set a stop loss. So your stop loss could have been set at 111. Okay. Okay, now, so there are many stocks that have run up, they have not pulled back. Yeah, so Venture, Wilmar, AEM, UMS, all these stocks, they have run up. Okay, so for those who went in on UMS, congrats as well. It continues to trend higher, so you should be still holding on to it. Okay, so all these stocks, we can't chase it. We got to wait patiently for any pullback. All right, but there are some stocks that have now pulled back. Okay, so for example, Mapletree. Right. So previously there was a signal over here. You could have taken the trade. Right now, for those who miss it, we say wait for the pullback. You see today it has pulled back. Right. So, but do not rush in to take the trade yet. remember, we still need the signal. Yeah, so we have trend, we have support. What we need now is a signal in the MACD. All right, so MACD now has shown more than 4 rates already. So what we need is consecutively at least 4 red bars. Yeah, like previously over here. Yeah, so consecutively at least 4 red bars, and then wait for the green to appear. So green is the signal day. Okay, so for Mapletree Industrial, so there's no green yet. So the green could come tomorrow, the green could come next week or any day, but you do not do anything until the green appears. Okay, so what may happen is, say, if the price continue to fall, okay, the next day you could still see a red MACD here, isn't it? Yeah, so if the price doesn't rebound or rebound strong enough, you'll still see the red MACD bar. In fact, it may get even longer. All right. Now, of course, if it's able to stabilize or able to show some rebound, then we may be able to see the green bar. Then it becomes the 4 red 1 green that we're talking about. Okay. Okay. Now, in the event this uptrend is no longer valid or it's not able to move further, what happened is the price will continue to trade lower and lower, isn't it? So if it trades lower and lower, your MACD will continue to show red bars, isn't it? So if there's no green, you'll not take the trade. Yeah, so that's the importance of waiting for the signal. If there's no green, it just goes to show the price is still weak. So if the price is weak, and if it comes to support and continues to be weak and break past the support, then more likely this uptrend is not able to continue. So there's no trade. Okay, so this is for Mapletree Industrial. So we will need to see the green. So the good thing is there are more than 4 consecutive rates now. So it's just a matter of waiting for a green to manifest. And once the green appears, then you wait for the next day and trade 1 bit higher than the green. Okay, so it could be something like this. Right, it could be on this day. Right, you see it comes to support. And then you see all the rates. You're waiting for a green to appear. Yeah, can you see on this day the green appear? Yeah, so assume the next coming days you see a green appear for Mapletree Industrial, and you see you have to define the entry price. Yeah, so the high is 296, isn't it? Yeah, so your entry, the price to enter would have been 297. Right, so this was the last signal. Right, that was in 20th of July. So you only take the trade if it's able to hit the entry price. So it did on the 21st of July for Mapletree Industrial. Yeah, so that was the last signal. Okay, so right now what we have is it's coming back to test this. Yeah, so it could bounce off quickly tomorrow, or it may not. It may take a few days. So use the green signal as your key to time your trade. Okay, so that's Mapletree. Another one is Mapletree Logistic. Right, same thing. It has now come down to the support. Right, previously you can see over this 1, 2, 3 weeks, it's just hanging above the 20 MA. The price didn't come down to test the support. Today it finally did. Right, and if you look down, there are already 4 red bars. Right, so we're basically waiting for the green. So Mapletree Logistic and Mapletree Industrial, very similar. They are now in the right place. They are in the right trend. We just need to wait for the right signal, which is the green. Okay, so after you wait for the right signal, you wait for the right price to enter. Right, it's entry price, 1 bit above the high of the entry price. Okay, another stock that we have been talking about waiting for the pullback. Yeah, so Ascendus REIT. Okay, so today it has pullback. Okay, same thing, very similar to the Mapletree. You see there are now 4 red bars already. Okay, so it's not trying to predict, right? So we do not know where is this going to go. But one thing is clear: if it continues to fall, yeah, if it continues to fall, there will not be any green bars at all. So you will not be able to take the trade. Okay, so just watch how the price behaves, right? As it now comes, right, and test the 20 and 50 MA support. All right. The last time just to give you an example, the last time Ascendus REIT had a signal was in June. You see over here, same thing. The price came down, right, and then it tested the support. On this day, it was still red. You see that? right? Even on this day, it was still red. So it was red, red, red for many days until on this day, the green manifested, the green bar. Okay, so that's what it takes. Be patient, wait for the signal. Yeah. Okay, going alpha order, I have another stock, say ABI Tech. So this is a penny counter per se, yeah, so it's below 50 cents. Okay, so but the trend has been pretty stable, right? So it's been on an upwards trend. There's nice pullback and it starts to bounce again. Okay, so this stock you can put it in a watch list, right? So now, of course, it's not at the support. Take a look at it in the upcoming days, whether it's able to come down and test the support and look for a trading opportunity. Yeah. So if you had been watching this stock, there was an opportunity in June as well, right? Same thing, 4 red, 1 green. Yeah, so you could be looking at the same thing when it comes back again. Right, the past month or so, in July, there wasn't any pullback to test the 20 MA. Yeah, so right now it's still up there. So let's just see whether it pulls back. Okay, so you can put it in the watch list. Franken, right? Same thing. I think Franken has been running up. So we've been talking about waiting for pullback for I think more than 2 months. Okay, but put it in your watch list because these are the few uptrending stocks. So you can keep looking out for the trading opportunity. In the market like now, I think it's quite straightforward because the number of stocks that we can focus on is not much, right? So it's not like a broad-based bull market where every stock, we screen out every stocks have opportunity. You got a hard time doing a stock selection. Okay, now a lot of stocks are basically not doing very well. Yeah, but those that are doing well, we can focus on and look for them. Stock them. You can even watch them every day. Okay, look at them. It's just a handful of them. Okay, phrases, L&I. Okay, so previously there was one. Okay, back then in 20th July, thereabout. Yeah. So now it's pulling back. So wait for the pullback to test the support. You always remember when it comes to the support, look for your MACD at least 4 red bars and a green bar. Okay, one more is Kappa DC. Yeah, I think I did mention about that. Kappa DC read. Okay, same thing. Wait for the pullback. Right. So just keep focusing on stocks like this, which are what we call uptrend stocks. Yeah. So the 20 MA above the 50 MA. Yeah, so you'll be at least in the right direction, with the market. All right, so you try to avoid stocks like this, Singtel. You can see, just look at how the 20 MA is behaving, 20 below 50. Right, since June, there's no way we're going to look at Singtel to buy, no matter how much you like Singtel, isn't it? Right, I think same for StarHub, which we've been talking about as well, which is downtrend. Okay, which means the market is not really buying it. Yeah, so June, July continues to fall. Now we're in August. Downtrend continues. Yeah, of course, Capital Corp, right, after the market open this week, right, they're reacting to the news of Temasek, yeah, not going ahead, right, with the buying of the stake in Capital Corp. So the market gap down. But it's not a surprise because as you can see over here, back then in earlier than that, yeah, around mid of July, right, the trend has begun to turn down for Capital Corp already. So any point here, there's no opportunity to buy. Yeah, so that's how you'll be safe, right? You won't catch a stock and get this unpleasant surprise. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is what I have for today. Yeah, but I think the key thing that there's not much opportunity for today, but you know what to look for on those stocks as they pull back. So we don't have this session every day, so I hope that you know what to look out for in the event things does happen, right? You know what to do and how to enter the trade. All right, okay, great. So if you enjoyed this video, give this a like and share this with your friends. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Yeah, trade safely.